Hello, my name is Alicia and I'm going to be giving the webinar. Today in the webinar, we are going to see how to use the mailing campaign in ReFX. The mailing campaign, what it is to actually print physically the letters to send them through regular mail. This is used when especially when we're working with properties that are off market. We have to actually contact the owner at his home because we won't have an email and most likely we won't have a phone number either. So properties off market or also for probate it's sometimes used also that we contact the representative of the state or the attorney. You will have through the system the mailing address for these people so you can mail through regular mail, print out the letters and send them to them. So let's get started. First of all, I'm going to go to search and do a little search so we can start doing. Okay, so let's see, here I'm in Broward. I'm going to select properties. Leave it at public records. I'm going to select properties that are pre-foreclosed, not for sale. I'm going to select not for rent either. I'm going to select single family. And I'm going to scroll down and put a market value. Let's put equal or less than 350. Okay, so I have Broward, pre-foreclosed, single family, properties that are not for rent, not for sale, and with a market value equal or less than 350. I'm going to also use the owner's filter. This is the owner's name filter to filter out properties that are owned by banks or institutions or LLC and all those things. That way I will get properties that are only owned by individuals. And how I do that is I select multiple not in the owner's name window. I select multiple not contains and type in keywords separated by commas, no spaces, like bank, financial, corp, trust, LLC. I think that would be, there could be other keywords there, but those are the ones I can think of right now. So let's see what we come up with. I'm going to click on search and see what our results are. Okay, I have 2,389. Okay, but I can use all of them. Actually, I can send to my mailing campaign up to 500 at a time. I'm going to only put my pager and I'm going to leave it at 50. Remember that up here you can select how many properties you see per page and select the ones on that page. So for this test, I'm going to leave it at 50 and select only those 50. If you see here, remember that when you send properties to your follow-up, the second column, the follow status property, the followed status column will tell you that the property is already in your follow-up. Putting a circle here, in this case, you see this red cross circle is because I have that property. I had at some point that property in my follow-up and I blocked it. That is, I worked with it. Maybe I sent contracts and everything and I wasn't able to get any, wasn't able to do anything with it, so I blocked it, and that's in my follow, but in a blocked tab, so I know that I won't have to work. I don't want to work with it anymore. But this third column here is the mailing column. So if you see this little mailbox, it's because those properties are already in one of my mailing campaigns. I can uncheck them and not use them in this particular campaign that I'm doing right now, or depending on what it was before or what I want to do right now, I can just leave them. So I'm going to just leave them there. I'm selecting the 50 on this page, and I'm going to click on mailing. Remember that the icons on the top of your screen are the icons on the top of your screen are actions to take, and the icons on the left of your screen are places to go. So if I want to send these properties to my mailing campaign, I have to click on mailing campaign up here. So I click there. I give a name to my new campaign. I click here in plus because I'm going to create a new campaign. Give it a name. Let's put 50 props webinar test. We do have a company that has a postcard service that we provide for you. It's not actually ReFX that does this. It's a partner company that does this for us. So if you don't want to take the time and the trouble and all the work that it is actually printed out the letters yourself, getting the printer, the paper and everything and print them yourself, you can through the system select here. As you see here, I can check this little box and says select to send postcard to this mailing campaign. What this will do is we'll send this mailing campaign that I'm creating now, this 50 properties, to this company that does the service of sending postcards to these properties for you. If I click on add properties, checking that little box, it will add the properties, the 50 properties to this mailing campaign. And since I checked the little box for postcards, it will take me to another window where it will tell me how much it costs. I select the template of the postcard that I want to use, the size and everything, and it will take me to checkout to pay for the postcards. So here it is. First of all, I select the size. I have 4 by 6, 5.5 by 8.5, 6 by 11. I'm going to select 6 by 9. Here I have the templates. The system has several templates. I'm going to select general mail. This is a template. We are fair most of the time, can give you price over the phone. Please call now. This is the template. This is a postcard that will be printed and sent out for you. The first time I use the service and the first time I use this particular template, the system will charge me for the use of the template. The chosen postcard template has a total send cost of 35. If this is the first time choosing this postcard template, it has a design fee of 158, and the total price for this would be 188. The first time I use this template, I'm charged for the use of the template. If I do another mailing campaign, I use the same template, I will not pay for the use of the template. I will only pay for the postcards that are being sent. So I click on checkout, and that will take me to the process of actually paying this. You can either use the same credit card that we have in file, or the one that you use to pay your subscription to ReFX, or you can process payment and go to over there and change the credit card and use another credit card. I'm not going to do it because I'm not going to do this, so I'm just going to click on cancel. But that's how you do if you want this service of postcard sending. So I'm going to cancel it. And I'm going to, again, go to mailing campaign. I'm not going to select send postcards in this case. I'm going to create new. Again, give it a name. 50 props webinar test. And I'm going to click on add properties. This is adding my properties to the mailing campaign. Once they're added, I will go to mail properties were successfully added to your mailing campaign. Okay. Okay, so now I go to mailing. Remember, I told you that the icons on the top are actions to take. So as an action, I sent my properties to my mailing campaign, but now I want to go to the tab where I have my mailing campaign, that is places to go on the left. So I go to mailing campaign on the left, and that will take me to the tab where I have all the mailing campaigns that I have created. Oh, actually it was created twice here. So, okay. So here I have all the mailing campaigns that I've been working with. I can, as you see, they're saved there. So maybe you sent the first letters to a set of properties and you want to go back and resend another letter to those same properties. You can select that mailing campaign and resend letters to that property. In this case, I'm going to select this one. That's the one I just created, and we'll work with this one. Okay, so I have my 50 properties. What I see here on screen is how many letters have I sent to these properties. The property's address, unit, city, county, state, zip code, and the last date I sent letters to these properties. I'm going to select them and generate the actual letter. I select all 50 properties in this case and click here and create mailing letter. Here in the letter that I'm going to send, I can previously create templates and go to manage template and select from the templates I previously created. Remember that if you want to create templates, you have to go here on the left to templates. The template letters will be letter templates here on the top. And here you create the letter template that you want to send. This works like any regular word processor. Like if you click here and add. And just create a new template. Edit. I can edit my other templates. If you want to know more about creating or saving or editing your templates, we have on our control panel, the help section. Clicking here in the house, you have the help section, or you have previous webinars where you can look for a webinar about templates and you can see how they are created. I'm going to refresh because something wasn't working correctly there. So I'm going to click on Control F5. That will refresh my system and have some things that weren't loading correctly load. Remember that when you're working, if you have any questions during your working day from 9 in the morning till 6 in the afternoon, we're available through the phone or through our live chat in this blue bubble on the bottom right corner, left corner, sorry. You can click here and ask any quick questions and we'll try to help you right away during office hours. If you're working after hours or on weekends, just go ahead and type your question there and we'll get back to you as soon as we come in next morning. Remember also that you can schedule coachings at any moment. We are available again for that from 9 in the morning till 6 in the afternoon from Monday through Friday. And you can schedule as many coachings as you want to get started in your system, to learn how to do a specific thing, to ask any questions, to solve any problems with your system. We are happy to help you with anything. So, okay, let's go back to mailing campaign. Going to select again the same mailing campaign, the one that we're working on. Select all the properties. Click on create mailing. And here we are. As you see, I have the same, I can just start typing. We do have, as we have in for our contracts and for our emails and for our text messages, we have the variables available here so that each letter will be personalized with the information that for each one of the properties. You can use, for example, owner's name. Owner's name. This would be the variable, and this will be in each one of the letters. It will be filled with the name of the owner of that particular property. You can put also the property address. Let's look for one of the templates that I have previously created. Let's use this one. Let's look at this one. I just selected, click on load, and let's see which one is that one. Here it is. Okay, here is a template I created previously. As you see, you can change colors, the time of the size of the font. Here I put in dear owner's name. This would be the variable that will be changed and filled in with the name of the owner of each one of the properties. I'm interested in buying your property at property address. This is, again, the variable that will be filled in with the address of the property. And this contact name, contact phone, and contact phone one, this would be my contact information that will be filled in. I can use it like this as variables, or I can type it in directly. That's something that's your choice. So once you have the letter just like you want it, all you have to do is create, click here on create letter. That will create a PDF file for you to print. So you do have to have a physical printer, get paper, ink, everything set up, connected to your computer, and print out the actual letters. Let's wait for the system to generate this to show you that. As I said, feel free to use the postcard service if you don't want to actually print them yourself and send them yourself. In this way, you would be sending them yourself to all the properties that you want. The system will also print out the labels for each one of these letters. That is, the label that will with the name, address, where the letter will be delivered to. As soon as this finishes and generates the letters, I'll show you how to create the labels. Letters were successfully created. Click on OK, and it will open the PDF file. As you see, that's something I didn't. This is actually, this one is a probate. That's something I should have left out when I did my search. Remember that in the name of the owner, I wanted to leave out bank, financial, LLC, corp. I should have added EST. That is an indicator that this property, this first property, this particular property is a probate. So next time I'll add EST. In any case, this is the name of the owner, the property, the address of the property, and I have all the letters here. So as I said, I have to get my printer and print all the letters. Let's go back to VFX and let me show you how the labels work. Again, I have to have the same property selected. That way the labels will come out in the same order the letters came out, and click on labels. This little window pops up and I have to select label type and label size. What this label type and label size refers to is the type. If you're going to buy those custom-made labels that are stick-on, that you peel off and self-adhesive, and you put them on the envelopes, in the package, they have a code and they have a number for the size, and that is what you're going to select here. This number will be in the package, and you just select the number that appears in the package that you bought. If you're going to print them just on blank paper, it doesn't matter what you select, so just leave it as it is. But if you buy them by packages, just make sure you select the correct code. Oh, shoot. Didn't show you the other ones. Let me go back. They already generated, but I wanted to show you the other thing, so I'm going to do it again. So, okay, the first one is a label type. Again, as I said, this is the number that appears in the package. If you're using blank paper, just leave it as it is. Label size, also it's on the package. Now we have here address. What address do I want to use? Do I want to use the property address, the owner's address, the attorney representative? What this is the address that will be in that label. Where do I want to send the letter? If I want to send the letter to the property, I will use property. If I want to send the letter to the owner, whether if he does not live in the property, he will not be there to receive it. But I do have the mailing address of the owner. So maybe I would want to select owner instead of property. That way, if he's not the one living in the property, the letter that I'm sending to the owner will actually go to the mailing address of this owner. If I'm working with probates, I would have to decide whether I want to send the letters to the attorney that is working with the state or to the representative of the state. That's my choice, whether I choose the attorney or the representative. I'm going to leave it as owner. The alignment is just how I want it to be printed out, if I want it to all align to the left or if I want it centered. I'm going to leave it at left. And current resident or. If I'm sending the letter to the property, I can add in all the labels this little legend on the top of the label that says current resident or. I don't want to add it in this case, so I'm going to just leave it at no. Click on apply. And let me show you the labels. Okay, here are all my labels. As you see, if I'm going to print them in regular paper, all I have to do is put in my paper in the printer, and then after they're printed, I just got my scissors and cut them out and use glue to glue them on the envelopes. If you buy the self-adhesive stickers for labels, this is why you need to select the correct code, because the system will know how wide, how separated they should be according to the code that you selected previously when you bought the package. Okay, let's go back. So once you have your labels printed and your letters printed, just get your envelopes, put in the letter inside the envelope, put the label in the envelope, the stamps, and you're ready to send your letters. Okay. So I sent this letter and I want to increase number of mailing. Once I print my letters and I'm ready to send it, or I already sent it, I select the properties, click on increase counter, and that will put in this first column where it says sent, the number of times that I have sent letters to these properties and the date of that sending. If next week I come into this same mailing campaign, 50 props webinar test, I can print out the same letter or maybe change the format a little bit or whatever I say. Maybe I would put second notice, or hey, I'm still waiting, or hey, I'm still interested. Whatever you want to change, you can change it and click on increase counter again. And now when you come here, you know that you have sent 2 letters and you will have the date of the last time you sent letters to these properties. Let's say I received answer from some of these properties. Let's see, this guy from 1001 Arizona called me or text me or whatever, and these other one also. I can select them and send them now to my follow-up, because now I have received an answer from these people. They might be interested in actually selling the property to me. So I want to start working as I do with all my other properties in my follow-up, sending emails and following up on the property, sending text messages, making notes. That's something I can't do here. Here is only to send out letters. But if I want to, if I have an answer from one of these properties and I want to start working as I regularly work with all my properties, I select them and now I send them to my follow-up. I select them, click on follow-up here, and add these properties to my follow-up. It's adding them. Let's wait for it to add these properties to my follow-up. Properties were successfully added to follow-up. Now those properties are in my follow-up, and I can go to my follow-up and start working with those properties, sending contracts. See, they're marked here as they're in my mailing campaign. And I can start working with these 2 properties. Maybe I got an email and a phone number for them. So I can select them, put in my offer here and send them my contract. Remember, if you want to know how to actually use the follow-up and how to send contracts, how to set up your contracts and whatever, you can check out our help section, our previous webinars. And always, as I said, you can schedule a coaching with us. Okay, let's go back to mailing campaign. Okay, so now I have all here. Let's see what all the icons up here. Okay. What the icons up here are for, I can delete properties from my mailing campaign. Let's see, say I got answer from some of them and they're definitely not interested in selling. So I can select them and delete them. I can filter. I can use a filter for look for a specific property. Let's look for 1035. I can put part of the address and use my filter to filter, and it will look for that particular property. Let's reset filter. Or I can use the filter for last sent date. This I could do from my main page. Here in one particular mailing campaign, but let's go back to the main page and I can use the filter here. I can use the filter here and the filter here in my general page is for mailing campaigns or creation date. I can check from here. I can select one of my mailing campaigns previously created and create a postcard and send the post and have the company send the postcards for me. I can print out this list of all my mailing campaigns, or within one of my mailing campaigns, print out that list either in PDF or send it to an Excel sheet if I want to actually work with them. So that's what I wanted to show you today, how to use the mailing campaign in the system. First of all, the mailing campaigns is when you want to send regular mail to offer, to make your offer on properties, especially if they are off market. Because if they're active for sale, you would use the regular channels that the system provides, sending emails, calling the agents, because there's an agent involved. This is used for properties that have no agent involved in them, especially for off-market properties, or also it's useful for probates. The system will always provide you the physical mailing address of the owner, and for probates, it will give you the physical mailing address of the attorney and the representative that you choose which one you want to contact. Once you do your search, you send your properties to the mailing campaign, go to your mailing campaign and start sending the letters. First of all, create your templates. Here in templates, take a look at the videos on how to create templates or schedule a coaching with us. I hope this was useful for you and have a great day. Thank you for being with us. Bye.